folks, welcome back to Let's Them Play, where we are picking up a discussion from the previous episode. So, if you haven't seen that one, I highly recommend it. It was our episode 4. This is episode 5. We're talking about stun mechanics, and what we think, and I mean, to just make sure that you get a nice refresher on it, since it's probably been like a day or so since you heard that discussion. I was saying that I think that they're some of the worst, like some mechanics are some of the worst mechanics in game design just because of how much it attaches your experience as a player to control the situation. Zach, do you want to just quickly, I don't want to speak for you.
I guess I was saying that essentially I just see it as a tool that game designers use to balance out characters from each other in multiplayer games. And I don't think it makes sense in single player games. I think it makes sense in multiplayer games.
Okay, maybe this is a bad analogy, but I'm going to ask a question.
Okay.
If you need to hammer in a nail, what are you going to use as the tool to hammer in that nail?
A hammer.
Okay. But I could also use the leg of a chair. It's not going to work as well, but I could do it and I'll get the job done.
Okay, so let's take McCree, because this character is all about a stun,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
Right? And McCree from Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
How would you balance him? I mean, you don't have to give a full game design.
Here's my full redesign of
McCree.
McCree.
But essentially, what could you do to him to make him still be able to fulfill the niche he has?
Sorry.
While just
Sure.
to fulfill that niche without there being a stun mechanic involved.
Well, I know you've acknowledged this, but I'll be pretty honest. I'm probably not going to come up with a good one because A, I'm not a game designer by trade, and B, I think that's something that requires a lot of thought put into it and several iterations and stuff. But
right, but do you think that? So you're saying that you're saying that
I don't think you could take McCree's stun from him and have him be and replace it with another mechanic and have him be a good character.
Okay.
I definitely think if you're trying to get rid of stuns, and we're talking about McCree specifically, you would just need to completely redesign his kit.
Right.
Now, if you wanted to design it in a way where he was doing kind of the same job he was before, where he has the ability to counter his counters, and he also has the ability to take down, large health targets. It's kind of hard because I haven't really thought about it before. How would you redesign his kit? I certainly think what he has is thematic.
Right. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, we're saying that you're saying that. Okay, I was saying it's a tool.
Yeah.
And you're saying right.
Maybe a blind.
It's a bad tool. You're saying it's a bad tool, and I'm saying okay. Well, what would make it better?
Yeah.
What is a better tool for hammering in that nail in a lot of situations? Because I think that stuns are something that.
Sure. And this is, I guess I'm kind of backpedaling a little bit here by saying, you might be able to replace the stun with a blind. And I know we've had this discussion about, a year or two ago, when Overwatch first came out, and I had complained to you before about how much I hated McCree as a character.
Yeah.
But I think making his flashbang a blind instead of a stun, makes it even more thematic and is more interesting.
Right.
Because the other player can still move. And can still have some control over the situation. And I'm not even, I don't know. I think it would be kind of cool if McCree could even, flashbang himself, but,
I think I actually mentioned that.
Right.
I kind of want it to be where, you have to throw... Oh, gosh, I thought this was safe. Wake up his buddies. Dagnabbit. I mean, I got a better sword now.
all this, Zelda discussion, Sorry. Let's be proponent of it.
But I think that, sorry. It'd be cool if, you had to throw the flashbang. I'm gonna kill him. Throw the flashbang, look away.
Right.
Then, get your sight back on them and be able to shoot them. I think that would be way more interesting. Is he not dead? Holy cow, dude.
And, I'm not gonna claim to know.
Kill the enemy! Sorry.
Yeah, you did. Good job. Hey, good job. Yeah, I'm not gonna claim to know a lot about the Overwatch meta, current or otherwise.
Yeah, me neither.
But, looking, so I mostly play Mercy when I do play Overwatch, and looking at how Mercy plays, especially after her redesign, I heard there was that, but I don't know anything about it. It's really cool. So, one thing that they wanted to address with Mercy was they felt like she was a character who she was a healer that was almost promoted by her kit to not heal, because if she didn't heal, her team would die, and then she could come out with her res. And res the team. So and people were starting to kind of catch on to that, and like that's why she got redesigned. Because that's how people were playing Mercy. Like they wouldn't heal people; they would just be shooting. And like, or at least when she had her ult up anyway. That way, her team would die, and she would just res. That, or she would just like she'd get her ult up, and then she would say, "Okay, bait out every enemy player's ultimate, or as many as you can. I'm gonna go hide." And then when you guys die, I'm going to come out and res you, and everything the enemy team has just done has been for nothing. Right. And now they have nothing. Which wasn't something that the Overwatch developers liked in terms of her design. So they recently redesigned her so that she still has her heal, she still has her power-up, she still has her, I think it's called Guardian Angel, her ability to, like, jump to people. Right. Except now, she also has the ability to res somebody every 30 seconds. And it's a single target res. So it's not a whole group res, but she can do it about every 30 seconds, I believe is the number. They might have tweaked it since we're talking about it now, or, anyway. It might not be that number, but last I heard it was 30 seconds, and it's a single target res. And her ultimate now allows her to free fly, so she can fly wherever. And her all of her abilities are powered up. So, her power-up is more, her healing is more, her res is on a shorter cooldown, her Guardian Angel is on a shorter cooldown, because her Guardian Angel is on like a 1 or 2 second cooldown.
Does she still say heroes never die when she resurrects someone?
I do not know. I have not played Rework Mercy.
See, that's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Not actually, but I do. I like the memes.
I don't know if I've actually told you this, but I refuse to play Overwatch after they released Blackhand. That's a wild thing. Doomfist.
Why is that?
I'm a player who cares a lot about lore and cares a lot about story. Not that Overwatch really has a story, but it does. But it doesn't really matter to the gameplay. But the story of Overwatch has always been about making called Blackhand. Doomfist. Doomfist was it was a role. It wasn't a person. Okay. Do you know anything about Doomfist and Overwatch lore?
I know that he's like the leader of like the anti-Overwatch.
Yeah. So in Overwatch lore, and I'm not going to be claimed to be like too learned myself either, but so it's a role according to whoever has the Doomfist weapon. Right. So, and that person always gets like a subtitle. Like I think there was like Doomfist, like the Terrible or something, who was like the second one, and he like killed the other Doomfist and then took the Doomfist from him. Right. And the Doomfist that's currently in the game killed the second Doomfist, and he's Doomfist the third. But by doing that, they made the Doomfist a person instead of a title. And I feel like it really backtracks on who and what the Doomfist is.
Interesting.
And now they've completely solidified this person as the Doomfist.
Because he's the one you get to see actually in the game.
Right. And that's almost likely never going to change.
Yeah.
Just from like a business and marketing standpoint.
Yeah.
That, and when he came out, he was... And that's the thing, too, right? Like, Doomfist is also... he was kind of marketed to players before he was a playable character as like one of the most powerful entities in Overwatch.
Right.
Like he was this person who could literally take on 10 Overwatch heroes and likely kill them all. And now he's in the game.
And you can be like, oh yeah, this Doomfist stinks.
Yeah, right? So
yeah.
Now you're in a situation with balancing where if Doomfist is underpowered, it's like he's not being portrayed properly, but if he's overpowered, the game's not fun.
Yeah.
So I just don't like the whole situation.
Interesting.
I also think it's super fan servicey. Like that's something else I don't, because people have been asking for Doomfist since the game came out. Like since the game was in beta, people have been like, "Oh, Doomfist, when are you gonna get Doomfist?" I don't know. I'm like, that's garbage.
You triggered.
Yeah. Most people that I've talked to disagree with my decision. I'm not saying I'll never go back to the game, but I haven't played it since Doomfist has come out.
That does make quite a statement. I'm very sorry, guys. This is just like me harvesting stuff. I need like food.
I lied. I recently, like a weekend or two ago, I logged onto the game just to see what was up, and I saw that they added a French map. That's like a French like palace, and
Interesting.
it's its own game mode where it's 1v1 times 8.
1v1.
So it's 8 players are put in a map, and it's every man for himself.
Okay.
And then it's like the first person to like 20 kills, I think it is, wins.
So it's deathmatch.
Pretty much, yeah. And it's a lot of fun. I was having a lot of fun doing that.
Interesting.
But the only thing that sucks is like, you know, like I said, I mostly... Well, yeah, right. I mostly play Mercy, so Mercy's like not really good.
Support characters don't get a lot of
Yeah.
sense there.
But I was playing a lot of Tracer. I won a game as Tracer. That was a lot of fun.
Nice. I can't figure out Tracer, which is kind of funny because I played because she's kind of like the new Scout from TF2,
Yeah,
and I played a lot of Scout in TF2, but I could not play Tracer.
yeah.
Which I tried.
Yeah, I really like Tracer. It's really just about confusing your opponent, like you know, by moving a lot. The only thing I don't like about Tracer is you need your whole clip to be able to be effective. As soon as you waste a bullet, if you have time, you need to reload. Otherwise, and you need to get like headshots. That's super important. Because if you just body shot people, your weapons are going to do like nothing.
I'm so sorry, everyone. I mean, we're not even talking about the game right now, but
Yeah,
we're getting ready. We're preparing. We're preparing for a grand adventure that will happen.
Yeah.
And
Hey, it's not about the goal. It's about how we get there. And we get there by talking about Overwatch while we're playing Zelda.
yes. But hey, you know, we did a little bit better than I thought we would do in what, about an hour.
Yeah,
I mean, we got through two of the shrines, and I beat like a couple of enemies. I'm kind of getting the hang of it now. I also had like real swords, and I'm back to not having a sword because they break.
Yeah.
And I whacked it against a tree, so I used my axe, which was a big mistake.
Mm-hmm. No, you're doing well though. You're doing fine.
Yeah, I'm getting there. It's just it's hard. It's really hard. Oh, I have a bow now though. There you go. Guess what? You're done for, bro. You're done
Nice. What would you do if he actually wasn't? Like, that would suck, right? Like, you just
What?
used one of your fire arrows. I think this guy, like, killed you or got away or something. Well, like, you would get the arrow back, I guess.
No, if you get fire arrows back.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Even if you die?
Shoot. No. Oh my gosh. He's gonna be
Uh-oh,
trying to
get him.
himself.
Oh.
I need to kill
You're in a
just
boner
that
now,
one.
dude.
Just like Batman.
How do they laugh at your boner? You'll show them
Get-
how many boners you
Oh my gosh.
Alright.
So just as you predicted, it happened.
Yeah. You're right. I told you, dude.
You did tell me. I didn't listen. I should have ran the other way.
Well, we're gonna learn if fire arrows come back. We're an educational
I
channel.
died, so I will have it.
Yeah, that's what I was suggesting.
I thought you said, because you know if you shoot an arrow and miss, you can pick it up on the ground.
Oh,
I didn't
right.
think you could do that with
Yeah.
fire arrows.
Right.
So I thought you were saying, like, I could get my fire arrow back. And I was like, I don't think so. No, I'll definitely have it back, yeah. But, we're actually halfway through this fight now, so no, I don't. And I'll have their health back. Oh my gosh. This is rough. This is really...
That was a one-hit KO.
Was I at full health?
Yeah.
He hit me with a flaming Boko club, so... I can't take on more than one of these guys at a time. I have to take them off from a distance. I wonder if I have enough arrows to do that.
Next time, when I lets them play, we're gonna see how many blows Zach could take before he loses his mind.
We're getting there.
We're getting
Oh
there.
my gosh.
What's your insanity at currently? Like, percent-wise?
My insanity?
Yeah.
It's getting higher when I shoot a fire arrow at him and I get up there and he's full health.
You're at, like, what? Like 20? 20%?
20% insanity? 10%.
25?
Not as bad as I thought.
30. 30%.
Well, okay, I'm not saying it's not as hard as it's not as frustrating as I thought. I just kind of learned that, like, for the most part, fighting these guys is not a great idea. You know what? I should not be using slow weapons. I should be using faster weapons. Yeah, that's what I should be doing.
There you go.
See, I'm learning. Just take
Come
some
on,
of
you
those.
got him. Oh,
Need 12 of
nice.
those. Just need 12 of those things.
Yeah.
I got arrows.
Nice. Nice.
A little victory.
All right, next time. What did I say?
I'll take out
I said
the
something.
I'm gonna take out the rest of them, take their meat, and get their treasure chest.
Right. We're also gonna figure out how fast it takes Zach to go crazy.
Yeah.
Next time.